hub is a center of an action of livelihood or industry or culture that radiates in the environment, making the hub larger than what it is in the map physically. Kemi is a traditional forestry hub. It has been the major part of the wood flow in Lapland for 100 years or even more. It has two major factories, and at the moment they are planning the largest pulp mill in the northern hemisphere in Kemi. At the same time, the other factory, the paper mill, is closing down. So this makes it very interesting for the ArcticHubs. Even though the Kemi in our case is a forestry hub, in fact has a large mine and it also a center for tourism. The difference to the rest of the Lapland is that there are practically no conflicts between these livelihoods. So the mining is an open mine, but it's not visible actually. So for example, tourism doesn't suffer from that mine. And then again, the tourism is mainly concentrated on the city center and then on the sea. So that makes it an exception in Lapland, because the natural resources use is very different in Kemi than in other parts of Lapland.
You can see here, it's beginning of November. It could be snow here, but now it's raining a bit. The days of when here is snow, they are reducing. So it's challenging the climate change, our industries. Do we have 4 different kind of seasons in the future? So let's see.
All tourist services are somehow connected about sea and frozen sea and winter. And now the climate change our focus now, that when the season can begin and when it ends.
But also it gives opportunities also, how we can get best out of it. Of course, COVID-19 is globally driving to do things different way. And it's influencing the different areas of economic. It's influencing tourism, of course, everyday life here with people, but also for industry. It means that the lack of parts, lack of raw material.
It's 1.5 years, and I would say that almost all our services were somehow closed. It has been really difficult for us because we are the place where people can organize different type of events.
Local impacts, it can be seen as for example, closing down the paper mill. The last, driver for that was COVID-19. It dropped the consumption of paper. Our industry is highly linked to the export. So all the global trends, all the global markets changes are influenced. Of course, people are working for the industry, then it influences to the everyday life.
Many people have changed now their career, and in Finland and as well in our company we have now lack of certain professional people.
Just a decade ago, the forestry and forest industry were seen as sort of a declining and rapidly declining industry. But lately we have seen a major boom in the package material need. That is why in the past years there has been a huge investments in the pulp and cardboard industry. And that industry makes it quite certain that the forest industry in Kemi will flourish in the coming decades as well.
I've had like good and bad news, but still I see very positive because we are, how to say, in the beginning of new era.
I think that we have lots of focus to develop the tourist sector in here. We have been really strong in wintertime. The plan of us is that Kemi is a good place to travel every day. So then that way we can develop the services what we have in here and employ more people in here to work longer periods. So it might also have a good effects, even that now it feels that everything have been so difficult.
All the possibilities with sustainability, green issues, how we are do this transition from the past to the greener types of solutions.
Forest industry is interesting also in that sense that it uses a lot of circular economy. They use a lot of material that is sort of the side stream of sawn, and then they produce a lot of extra energy. Whenever there is a pulp mill, they produce energy that is used in the nearby, for example in Kemi city.
We are quite good position because almost all our places and services are in this spot quite new. So we did as ecologically and as sustainable as possible. But of course the development is going and going and growing, so you are never ready. It's part of the city strategy and it's part of our company strategy as well.